We live in a society. Never have truer words been spoken. But do we really know what that means? Society is what comes with people living in some sort of community. It's the unspoken or spoken rules that keep this community, however loose, running. Here's the thing about society. It's not perfect. Maybe you can argue that nothing's perfect, but the 2019 film Joker takes our discontent with society and the status quo as it is now and brings it to the forefront while diving into the implications of taking this line of thought further and further. Here's the thing about society. I don't think I've met anybody who's completely content with society and how things are. Even people we who reside on the internet would call normies seem to have some gripe or complaint with the state of society. Sure, they might be content with their own lives and how things are going for them, but not society as a whole. Yet, we are society. Society is made up of people who have some sort of discontent with it. It's like a living being with every blood cell inherently against some part of their very being. Despite this, not everyone is united in how society needs to be changed, and the reactive and radical elements that seek to change society are often perceived as different, disruptive, or even dangerous by society as a whole. Those who are driven to change the things they don't like about society can be branded as extremists and weirdos, and some of these revolutionary elements may overshoot their intended goal, fixing the source of some of society's problems while creating much more. How fickle and strange humans are. I've seen it described before that ideologies in the modern day are a bad thing, in and of themselves. The argument is that society as it stands right now is the best it's ever been throughout history, with advanced technology, longer lifespans, higher standards of living, and so on. Under this assumption, ideologies which serve as a force for change are more likely to ruin things as they are now than they are to improve it. While I don't necessarily agree with these assumptions, the fact that this is an argument highlights how ideology and change are concepts that, in and of themselves, without going into specifics, are things that are looked down upon by the masses. The Joker film received much press about it being a wide range of negative things, anywhere from an incel film to an alt-right film. The media railed against Joker, but nowhere are their claims actually evident in the film itself. In fact, I find it strange that there seems to be so much argument about the ideology of the film, at least in broad strokes, when Joker's ideology is stated quite clearly in the climax scene during the interview with Murray. Ultimately, the idea is that society is bad because it treats people badly. The scene uses simple words like awful, and it uses repetition. The dialogue sounds almost like a conversation between two arguing children. At the surface, the film's ideology is not meant to go any deeper than this. Ideologies start with the idea that society, either part or whole, is bad and needs to be changed. When looked at this way, perhaps it can be argued that the Joker is ideology, the inherent concept of change needed to be enacted to fix something perceived as broken. If ideology is doomed to worsen society, as the ideologies are inherently bad in the modern day theory suggests, then Joker, as an ideology, would only serve to hurt back a society that hurt him. In short, society's problems create ideology, which in turn attacks society. To put it even shorter, society gets what it deserves.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Huge thanks to our patrons, including this month's $10 plus patron, Josh Adkins. Check out the description for more patrons and more info about how you can receive a shout out here.